Hi, Astra, aka Brat-Stra. So why is Astra talking like that? Because that lady is in her nesting box. And that's her box. And she's letting everyone know about it. That's my good girl. Nesting boxes is most hens do prefer to use the same box almost every day. Very creatures of habit. And even a flock like ours, where we have 15 layers, minus our queen bee, who's not laying yet, our buttercup, she's just not laying that little white egg yet. You don't need a lot of nesting boxes, because even if I put 8 or 9 of them out here for 15 layers, they would all still basically use the same ones. So that's what the tempting thing is when you're first getting chickens. Oh, we need a bunch of nesting boxes, and we need all these places where so the hens don't argue and fight. Well, they're going to argue and fight, and they're going to use the same one pretty much on a regular basis. Now, you also see, and you've seen them in the other videos, we have these little tiny cat boxes that have served really well for nesting boxes too, and our girls have really loved it. You saw how Buffy went broody in one of the tidy, and I oversized that one. I put 2 together and made a bigger one. I wish I had done that for Buff when she was incubating eggs. I could have made her a bigger space. I should have thought of that before, but everything worked out fine. But they do tend to sometimes use that too. Buff was really taken to it, and we have the tidy cat nesting boxes in our hospital pen. I'll show you. Our other Delaware chicken is named Della the Delaware. I know, real original, right? One of our daughters lives in Delaware with her husband in the Air Force. We miss them a lot. One of the descriptions that I have about our 2 Delawares is they're all brawn and no brain. Except Della does have a shred of a brain. I'll show you a short video explaining why here in just a little bit. But these 2 lay brown eggs, pretty consistent egg layers. Astra is the one that ended up in the penalty box, as you see in my intro. She was picking on Sophie so bad through over the months and Sophie is the only bird that Astra would pick on. I don't know why, but for some reason Sophie was the target of Astra all the time. So we put her in the penalty box for about a week, and it actually helped. It kind of reset the pecking order a little bit, but we'll talk some more about Sophie too. She's just really struggling, so we may do some documentation on Sophie before long. So there's Della and Astra, Brat-Stra, brown eggs, very hardy, really hardy birds. They don't seem to get too alarmed with heat, and they are machines. If you could put an emblem on these guys, on these two, it would be cat. C-A-T, like in the big earth moving cat machines. These two move earth more efficiently than I've ever seen any animal move earth. These two are just bulldozers. Not snuggly, not friendly, but hardy, winter hardy, summer hardy, kind of all brawn and no brain. But we love them. So I've noticed lately about our little chicken here, Della, when I call her name, she immediately squats. So let's see if she does it. And it's something I've she squat because it's a mating symbol, but apparently she knows her name. Let's see if she'll do it. Della! She certainly did. Just when you think they don't have a brain. This is our chicken care emergency room / penalty box pen. We have it in the garage. Pan around. Wilson! What hen did you pick on? What did you do? Okay. He's in the chicken penalty box, apparently. As you see in my intro, there's a quick picture of Astra in the chicken penalty box. Obviously, our grandkids have decorated the little swinging door a lot since then. We have a lot of the names of the birds that have spent some time out here, but not just a chicken penalty box or a chicken hospital. We've also used it as a transition pen. And this pen has been really invaluable for us and sick birds and birds that we've had to isolate for injuries and illness. And Soap spent a good time out here in the chicken emergency room for a while when she was so sick a number of months ago. So it's big enough to house, gosh, we can get 2, 3, even 4 big hens in here for at least for a short time if we had to. That's where the Tide Cat boxes come in too, because they can still have a little place to go to lay their eggs if they have to be in isolation. So the chicken care emergency room pen that takes up half my garage, but a very invaluable addition to the care of our flock. Isn't that right, Wilson? There you go, Astra. Her life is now complete that she has the nesting box to herself. That may be her egg underneath her, I don't know. I'm gonna just leave her alone for a little bit longer. Somebody else is yelling for the box now. But there's Astra in her typical top box, and that's her box.